Big Boar Barbecue presents Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Riker. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hi, good race fans. Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV, along with Billy Doc Niles and Paul the Penguin Record. I'm Radio Man Dan Diker, coming off of another great afternoon of racing on the Crosse Speedway. Couldn't say the same thing about Tomah because, well, Mother Nature had the strings on that one. And then, of course, the sun shines at Tomah, and then people want to go to social media and tell Greg Oliver he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah. If everybody could be a weatherman, we'd be all rich.
If everybody could be a a mind reader, or a weatherman who could see into the future.
That's the hardest call to make. I would never want to be putting that up.
Everybody's also a sideshow or promoter too. So
yeah,
that's true.
Especially the good keyboard warriors. Welcome into the program. Again, we're going to recap what we did have at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway last weekend. We had two 20-lap features for the La Crosse late models and all kinds of excitement. Today's program being brought to you by the fine folks at
Big Boar Barbecue. Once again, voted #1 in La Crosse County, 7th straight year. Get on out there. Try that new roasted chicken, man. I'm telling you, that's good stuff right there. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. You got a taste of the hot weather last week. Kind of cool right now. Going to warm up again. Get that air conditioner checked out before you have problems. Fansarena.com. Thank you for the really cool threads this year. We look great. We really do. Ask us. And, of course, Epic Media Vinyl and Back 40 Wraps. What a great job they did on our sign back here behind Paul. Thank you all of our TV advertising partners for being aboard on 2021 season.
Let's go to the first 20-lap feature. Sure, the last couple of laps here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway where Brent Kirshner didn't have the problems he had 2 weeks ago where he was scolded on the track and ended up fighting for a top 5 this time. He went to the front pretty quick in this as Adam Degenhardt all of a sudden came out of nowhere, made a show of this race. For the next couple of laps, well, it was going to be Kirshner and Degenhardt. Then, with just a couple of laps to go, well, Kirshner got a good run off the back straightaway and put Degenhardt behind him. So that's going to be Kirshner's first win of the year. Got to give Squirt some credit, though. Degenhardt was on fire.
Yeah, he was. He looked really good coming to the front. Actually, looked like he had a nose in front of Kirshner there for a little bit, but Kirshner got some really good bite off the outside and went on to the win.
Second video we're going to show you here, the last laps of the second late model feature. This one, the last 5 laps, a little bit different story than
a little bit different here. If you saw at the beginning, Steve Bachman gets a really good jump on Mike Carlson, and he brings along with him Matt Henderson, who went from dead last to 9th in that first feature. So you knew he was going to be a contender in that second one, and these two went at it. Bachman would have the lead. Henderson would actually get underneath him and take the lead. Bachman runs the okie doke, takes it right back past him. Then he starts putting some distance between himself and Henderson. Then along come Mergic and Carlson. Ruined Henderson's party, put Henderson back to 4th. Bachman goes on to claim his first victory of 2021.
Sportsman feature was a dandy as well, and I'm glad Sam Niles won earlier that day because the way we celebrated after the race, you would have thought it was his birthday and not your son Ethan.
Yes. Oh, yeah, my son Ethan. We had a party, and you and Sam showed up. But Sam was partying here on the track, Paul.
Sam got the lead for 4 laps into the feature, but then came last week's winner, Justin Berg, closed up by the halfway point and did everything he could to try to get around Sam, but Sam held his line the rest of the race and ends up claiming the victory.
Hobby Stocks would have had a good feature had not everybody blown up either during practice, qualifying, and or the heat race. We were down to 3 to start this one.
But what a finish.
And it went down to the end. Brandon Gallagher was trailing Lester Stainfield pretty much the entire way. Gallagher catches him in turn 3 down the back chute. And, of course, that's going to be it. Brandon Gallagher's second win of the season.
Look at that pass. That was amazing.
How about the new 6-shooter American only?
American only. Yep. You asked me on the radio last week, and we'll explain it to the TV audience. the difference between the 6-shooters and the street stocks. Basically, the 6-shooters are American-made cars only, none of the foreign cars. So you got pretty good field of them out here too, the brand new 6-shooter class. Steve Mueller would use the outside lane to power himself past late race leader John Hebner. He came all the way from, what was it, DeForest, I think it was?
Yeah.
He came all the way from DeForest. On his first time ever at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, he's going to claim the victory in the new 6-shooter class.
Of course, he came out of DeForest last year, and darn near ran almost every race at Tomah and ended up in the top 5 in points. Top pack defense 84, love that car. Minivans, 10 of them.
Yes, and it was a good race.
Class.
Yeah.
It's getting
Final
bigger.
4 laps
We're
got to
good.
be a very heated race, as you see here in the video, between Keith Larson and former minivan champ Rob Stanfield. A lot of rubbing, a lot of close racing there, but Larson ends up getting the better of Stanfield in the late going to claim the victory in the race.
They both did the bump and run. That was amazing.
You know, I see Zach Leach getting some wins in this division this year, and I see some other drivers finally now that they know how to set a minivan up. You're going to get some other people besides Stanfield and Hebner winning this.
Yeah,
this thing.
we've been used to seeing that one certain van run away with it the last 2 or 3 years. Didn't look that way last Saturday.
Well, 6-shooters ran their first ever novelty event. It was the second over the line. Adam Kit Kat Curley spun out Zach Leach, gave John Hebner the opening he needed to sneak through the race. But the thing is, you got to be slow and steady in this one. You got to pound bumpers, spin people sideways. You don't jump on the accelerator coming out of turn 4 and making an easy win for second place.
You know, we talked with John Hebner at the banquet about this. He says you don't run away from the pack in this one because you're not racing. You know, you're racing the pack. You're racing to see who flinches at the line. And you know, once again, it seemed elementary there at the line.
Things tighten up right there in the last 2, right down the back straightaway too, the way I call that, and I was kind of surprised he got on as much as he did. So again, if you're watching the program Thursday, Friday, well, Saturday we race afternoon-wise at La Crosse again. If you're watching this Saturday night or Sunday, well, I hope you had a good time on Sunday. As part of our Saturdays are part of our Memorial Weekend racing, but it's the traditional Buck Day.
Yes, it is. It is Buck Day. If you're watching, you know, Thursday or Friday, get on out, support the local short track here in La Crosse. Buck Day, all food items, $1. That's right. That popcorn, that chili dog, that bag of mini donuts. I hate you. I hate you.
I polished off 2 more on Saturday.
I hate you.
You weren't there though, so it didn't matter.
And well, 2 weeks ago you were flaunting. I hate you too, by the way. And then of course, you know, ice cold beers only $3. So get there early, get a good seat, preferably by the beer stand if you're that thirsty. All kinds of food items, just $1. Get out and support local short track racing.
Lev Auto, Sportsman, Hobby Stocks, Hornets, and Street Stocks. Got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Tomah Sparta Speedway and the big number 9 of Amelia Marshall. That's coming up next on 7 Rivers Racing.
Would you like a job making people happy? Well, I believe we can help you out. Big Boar Barbecue and Catering has openings for both full and part-time work. Days, nights, or weekends. Need to be free on weekends or need to be done by the time the kids get out of school? We can work with that. We need hard-working, energetic people who love to make people happy because our food makes everybody happy. Join the team at Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
Big Boar Barbecue.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Welcome back, 7 Rivers Racing, KQEG TV, along with Billy Doc Niles. I'm Radio Man Dan Dyker. Again, we've thrown the Penguin off the set. Well, beauty comes before talent and knowledge any day. Amelia Marshall is going to join us, former Rookie of the Year at the Tomah Sparta Speedway. This is year number 3 in a Hornet, I would per se.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
Always good to have you back on. You know, people always say the hats that I wear: radio, TV, hotel, DJ, MC. Let's talk about what Amelia does here. First off, congratulations. You finally are out of high school on Sunday.
Yes.
West Salem Panther.
Yep.
Just down the road from me. What have you all done besides going to high school? Listen to this.
Okay, cool. I want to hear this.
Sports-wise.
Okay, so all 4 years I did cross country, hockey, and track, and I also did FFA for 3 years, and then racing. So
By the way, she just came from track practice and she looks this good.
So I'm saying the lovely curls and the hair is just flowing. That is, but you're a good student too. I mean, above everything else, you've been a fantastic student.
yeah.
Yeah, I see you applied for it and you were awarded the FFA Alumni Scholarship. What'd you have to do to get that?
It was just like an application you had to fill out, and you just had to answer some questions and write a couple paragraphs, and yeah.
And you're going to be a pointer in the fall, going to UW Stevens Point.
Yes.
Are you going to play hockey there?
I'm working on that.
See her senior shots. The hockey, when your mom was showing me how many, was there 10, 15 different outfits and stuff, the hockey one was the coolest.
Yeah.
What position you play?
Defense.
Atta girl, like hitting things.
Yeah.
So, on top of all that, Penguin, where are you? Penguin, would you get that, behind my filing cabinet there, I've got a bag.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've got a bag. And can I get out of the camera shot? Somebody wants to see that. So, Amelia's a big race fan. I want you to reach inside the bag and show our viewers what her birthday's coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, it should have said on the back of Penguin's back there, advertise here.
Got some room back there. So
All
Amelia
out?
is a huge race fan.
Oh God.
And, well, her mom and I and my buddy Derek Crosse and Derek's mom got her some apparel that she couldn't find. And, oh, look, her
my
autograph
gosh.
from Mr. NASCAR truck driver himself, Derek Crosse. Where's the picture? Penguin, we got to bring the picture here as well.
Oh gosh.
How long you been a Derek Crosse fan?
I don't know, a while.
She's awfully embarrassed now. We're going to put that right there.
Look at it.
Look at the shot of her, Ty Majeski, and Derek Crosse.
Jesus, I think she's almost the tallest one there.
We're just going to leave that right there because I love that picture. I love those guys. You've kind of followed Derek for quite a while, and I know that's kind of been a hidden inspiration for you to continually want to be a race car driver.
Yeah, for sure.
I know a lot about her.
You announce her every Friday night now, could it?
Well, and I talked to her, and I talked to
All
Mom.
right, so I don't know who's going to answer this question, but where did the name Jelly Bean come from?
Wrong driver.
Wrong.
That's Jordan Finch.
That's Jordan Finch. Wow, I suck.
See, he's all upset now because he didn't get in the autographed Derek Crosse paraphernalia. She did.
Okay.
Let's go 3 years back to Rookie of the Year. You were really timid. You were. I mean, you wanted to go after it right off the bat, but look at the racing family that you have with the Marshalls at the racetrack and the Wilds at the racetrack. Talk about 3 years later now. Where are you from year one till now?
I'm definitely a lot more confident and aggressive, I'd say. Still getting there though.
I'd say aggressive because she'll pass people inside, outside, without a doubt now. Should have had, what, 2 feature wins last year?
Yeah, there was one last year I was leading all of it except for then a lap car kind of messed that up. It was all but 2 laps.
Were you happy? Is there any plan to move up, or are you going to concentrate more on school and just having fun with what you're doing?
I mean, I hope to continue racing. It's certainly something that I want to stay with and hopefully move up soon.
Yeah, because this will be a 3rd year in the Hornet, and I think anybody that watches the program also knows, I mean, they've seen the strides you've taken and the guidance of the people that are around you that have helped out, not only from sponsors, but other people that race. Where do you want to go out of the Hornet division into what?
I mean, we've talked about a couple of different options, but one of them brought up would be sportsmen or trucks, maybe even.
Ooh, trucks.
Yeah, that's what I would like to
trucks.
do. Yeah.
Ever thought about getting your mom in a minivan?
I don't know.
Nobody needs to be in a minivan at least once.
Yeah.
Her and Bill grudge race. Ooh, best 2 out of 3.
I got no grudge with her.
You will when she's on the track. So, Talk about the family connections you have at the racetrack, because some of them have been there for a very long time.
So my grandpa raced, and he also drag raced at La Crosse. And then my uncle has raced like everywhere, and he races mods at the Dells.
And your uncle is?
Brad Wilds.
Brad the Wild Man Wilds. Love that guy.
Yep.
And your uncle, your grandpa, he's the one I used to tell you about. They used to street drag that white 55 Chevy.
Yep.
And I guess he's got a new motor in it.
Oh, nice. Have you gotten to practice the Wild Man's modified?
No, not yet.
Have you been puppy dogging him for it?
Well, yeah, a little bit. We have an agreement, so.
What's the agreement? Come on.
I think it's after I get my first feature win, I can drive it.
Atta girl.
So I was really close last year. I was kind of mad.
She was. She had hands down had to win the one night, and the lap car got her in the corner.
Yeah.
By the way, we have TV and radio karma, so I would say within 2 weeks you'll be practicing that modified.
Oh, hopefully.
It happens all the time. See, there's what she looks like with her high school picture, and then next to Derek, and next to Mr. Majeski. You get a lot of sponsors that have not only helped you out year number one, but they've been on the same board for many, many years. Talk about them.
Yep, so Auto Value, Houseman Sports, Chuck, Jenna, and Tyler, VIP Realty, my cousins Monica and Brad, the whole DeVito family, they've helped me a lot. The Mullers, sorry. And then, of course, my uncle and grandpa and my mom and dad.
I was helping her and she couldn't read my writing. I tried, Bill. I tried.
Nobody can read your writing.
It's like a doctor. Always good to have her on the program. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank
Big
you.
18.
Yeah.
So,
Show that shirt again.
are we partying it up this week? What are we doing? You got racing, you got graduation. What's going on this weekend?
Just graduation and racing.
Instead of party on Sunday.
Nice. Where's that
That's
at?
vets parking.
No, that's at the end.
Oh, that's
Like the end. It's a couple weeks.
Well, we're going to that one too. There is food, so Bill and I will be there. We might even have to bring the penguin. What do you think? Would you like the penguin to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Amelia Marshall, the number 9. It's a thrill to watch her race. She's one of, I think, 3 females that race at the Tomah Sparta Speedway. When are you going to come to La Crosse?
I don't know.
You went to the Dells last year.
And
You went to
Wausau.
Wausau last year. You won a heat race at Wausau, wasn't it?
Yeah, I won the first week, and then I almost qualified into like the main feature. It was like 2 feet off from qualifying in the main feature.
So now you've got to tackle the action track quarter mile at La Crosse.
Yeah, sure.
Love Amelia Marshall. Congratulations. She's going to graduate. Big birthday coming up. And as Bill said, we've had some radio TV karma. Usually
got karma.
the program, somebody gets a win. When we come back, stay tuned. We're going to take you to the Dick Trickle Memorial Project dedication up in Rudolph. That's next on KQEG TV.
Would you like a job making people happy? Well, I believe we can help you out. Big Boar Barbecue and Catering has openings for both full and part-time work. Days, nights, or weekends. Need to be free on weekends or need to be done by the time the kids get out of school? We can work with that. We need hard-working, energetic people who love to make people happy because our food makes everybody happy. Join the team at Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
Big Boar Barbecue.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Welcome back, 7 Rivers Racing, KQEG TV, year number 11 of the program, and the second year we have taken the show on the road to the Dick Trickle Memorial celebration. The dedication actually took place, and we were fortunate to be invited back up by the board of directors and all those that were involved, so it's a special time to be up here for Billy and Paul and myself. Bill, you got an interesting gentleman sitting next to you over here. How about you give the proper introduction for another guy that used to run back in the day?
All right. You all remember the yellow number 91. You see the replica car during vintage races. legendary Hall of Famer Marv Marzofka. Marv, thanks for joining us today, bud.
I'm happy to be here with you guys.
Tell you, I think you guys have either been on the radio or TV show for 7 consecutive years now. We greatly appreciate your time on the program.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So we were here 2 years ago, freezing and trying to find the driest areas we could. Today looks like it's going to be a little bit better, and the dedication itself has a whole new meaning today because everything is pretty much complete.
The complete part, yeah, to see it now with everything in place is very nice.
Tell you, like I was telling Tom Reffner, Jeff Crawley and I were talking about the pictures that we were watching you guys up here building this thing, and the pictures just don't do justice. You've got to be standing here to see all this.
You have to be standing right next to it, and she's life size.
You know, Marv, watching the progress of this, you and Tom and the rest of the gang, you were all good friends with Dick, and I think this took a life of its own, almost a labor of love to get this thing finished.
Yeah, when we first started out, it had to be a labor of love because there we were down in that dirt hole over there in that sticky red mud, you know. And
yeah.
The youngest one of us was over 70. So I thought,
it's like Terry Burns
whoa,
said,
what are we getting into?
Like Don was telling me a little while ago, he said when you see the pictures of all you old timers up here building this, he said the senior center let us out on recess.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
But I tell you, I mean, that's just, you talk about the dedication. This wasn't a bunch of 15 to 17-year-olds that were putting this together. You guys are all retired. You're up there in age, and it took a while, but you can stand back and go, look what we did.
The manual labor was sort of light right away, but
right.
after we got it going and got some of the younger guys interested in it, they had, took over. They worked a lot, handwork.
And the other thing is the companies that jumped on board. I mean, obviously you had a plan of attack when you were coming into this. You've got so many different suppliers that brought so much different stuff up here. Nobody said no to you guys. I mean, it was almost immediate that they wanted to be a part of this.
It was hard at first to start out from scratch, and we gotta have excavators. We had to have somebody to put this stuff in. We weren't able to lay this track down.
Yeah, concrete,
like this.
Yeah, concrete workers, masons, stuff like that. You know.
A lot of volunteers. Just when we got going on it, if we asked somebody or some company for help, we never got turned down. We never got turned down. They were more than happy to be here with us. So
talk about the statue itself. This was under wraps and very quiet for a long time, and we finally saw some pictures, but it was always had the canvas around it. 2 years ago, when we stood right here and you guys took the canvas off, what was going through your mind when you finally saw the completed statue?
Well, it was sort of up to us 5 original guys. So we'd go to La Crosse and look at Dick and say, "Oh no, that's not Dick. You gotta do this and gotta do that," and it half a dozen times, and he'd change it, and it'd look better, and it'd look better. And then when they unwrapped it, I wanted it to look good to everybody.
Right.
And so.
What did you think the first time you saw it, Bill?
Well, when we were here 2 years ago, I mean, this was amazing, you know. And I watched his sister. I mean, she's kissing the statue. Yeah, she was just awed by it. And one thing I'm awed by, and I'm sure Jesse will get a shot of it. You look at all these plaques here, all these different tracks, different competitors of Dick's. The outpouring of love and support for this is just phenomenal here, Marv.
Yeah, it sure is. For right down to the last brick or last stone, or in the first place for the village to give us the place to put it here. It's right in the middle of, next to everything. It's a very nice spot.
It is, and folks, if you get a chance to come up to Rudolph, hop, skip, and a jump out of Wisconsin Rapids, and it's kind of neat because every now and then on Facebook, I have so many different types of racing people on social media. every now and then there's a picture of someone that's standing right here getting a shot of this to put on Facebook, and I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Yes. Yeah, there was a lot of people come here right during the evening. There's the lights go on. There's automatic lights go on. And there's people come here in the evening for a evening walk and look around, and everybody seems to be very pleased with it.
All right, Bill, here comes your knowledge time again. Your best memory of watching Marv Marzofka race.
Oh, there's one right on top of the list, and that was, I think it was the 1972 Oktoberfest. They flagged the wrong guy for the win, and Marv came out of his car steaming. Oh. Marv, why don't you pick the story up? What happened there?
Well, I knew I was in front. We had to pit. We had to start in back. Nobody passed me.
Right.
I was the first one to pit. There's no way that I didn't win it. And I knew I won it because I had passed so many cars, lapped so many cars and everything. And when they give the checkered flag to somebody else, I think that's the first time I come out the window a foot first. And I was going to get a hold of somebody.
Well, I tell you what, that's why we love coming up here and having you guys on the program. The stories, they're never the same. They always change every time we get one of these guys on the show.
I got to add one more thing to that. You know, Bill Otis had to feel really bad when he found out the truth, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
All righty, we need to take a break. We've got a lot more interviews coming up here, the Dick Trickle Memorial celebration and dedication. And, of course, Marv, we appreciate you joining us on the program once again.
I certainly enjoyed it, and it's nice to be here with you guys. You guys do great for us.
Well, we greatly appreciate that. We really, really do. Jesse does a great job back there as well. He never gets in front of the camera, though, one of these days.
Yeah, I think there's a reason for that. That is something I will always remember, Dan, when you said, you know, name a Marv Marzofka memory. That one's burned right up here. And I think I said in the interview 1972, it was actually 1973. So it's something I will never, ever forget.
Well, we're going to let people be reminded of the Dick Trickle Memorial that you're not going to forget for the next couple of weeks, as we are going to be bringing you a lot more interviews. We have 5 more in the can from the Dick Trickle Memorial Project. All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. Check us out on YouTube. We've got shows going all the way back to day number 1 with Al Losi and I in the brown fishing shirts. I miss those.
Yeah, those were hideous.
Those were great. Well, next year we had the black ones with the little bands on the top. Those are pretty sharp. Yeah. I still got one in my closet. For Billy Doc Niles, Paul the Penguin Reichert, and Amelia Marshall, we thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week on TV 23.
You've been watching Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Reichert. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. Thanks for watching Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.
Would you like a job making people happy? Well, I believe we can help you out. Big Boar Barbecue and Catering has openings for both full and part-time work. Days, nights, or weekends. Need to be free on weekends or need to be done by the time the kids get out of school? We can work with that. We need hard-working, energetic people who love to make people happy because our food makes everybody happy. Join the team at Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
Big Boar Barbecue.